So today we're gonna start chapter 6. Chapter 6 is loop structure, looping. So we're gonna cover three types of loops. Okay, one type is for loop. Another two types like from the while loop, do while loop, which is very useful. And if you have ever learned any programming, any other programming language, now you have the same idea. Okay, so very similar. Okay, so which means if you learn CSP 125, it will help you to study Java, C++, Python, etc. Okay. Also, by the way, I will teach. Bless you. I will teach the remote HTML class in the summer too. So if you're interested, now you can take the summer 2 HTML class with me, which is CSP 149. And we will run the class every Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 12:40. And we meet on Zoom every Monday and Wednesday. So currently in this semester, I teach this 149, which is HTML. So we did also remote learning. So we don't meet on campus, but we're gonna meet on Zoom. So if you're interested, you can take this HTML class with me in the summer too, from June to beginning of August. So we will meet 8 weeks. For each week, we have 2 days to study. Now it's Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 10. Sorry, from 9 to 12:40. Okay, so it's for credit class. And in our program, we have this micro credential. I think I introduced you already. So micro credential is like if you take 3 classes in sequence, now you will have a badge or micro credential or certificate, something like that. Micro credential is like a certificate. So you'll take the HTML, and then you take JavaScript, then it will be PHP. So all related with the programming, okay, web programming, okay, which is quite useful. As you know, if you haven't learned big data or data mining, you will know for everything you done on the computer, they can collect data from you, right? And they collect data and the analysis, and they can just benefit their own business. So that is done by JavaScript, which is very popular these days, okay, because you just insert part of the JavaScript in your HTML code. And if the user try to browse your shop or business, and you can get all this kind of feedback, like what kind of products is a user like to buy. Okay, but anyway, that's the story about our micro credential. So if you're interested, if you have nothing else to do in the summer, so you're welcome to take this HTML class with me. It's remote learning. So we're gonna see each other every Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 12:40. And so you don't have to wear a mask, okay, because you never know what happened. Okay, you never know what happened. So let's start class. Okay. I do really hope this student who come here on Monday did not really get the COVID. Anyway, so let's start class. So we're gonna start from scratch to do the loop. But the fundamental idea in the loop section in the chapter 6 will be like 2 parts. First of all, the loop. Second of all, some math calculations, plus equal, what is plus equal, some other content, and also what is how to add the menu strip and how to control your loop. Now, I have opened the chapter 6 online, so you can see the chapter 6 content, and don't forget to do the quiz before the due deadline. So the deadline for everything will be April 10th. So we still have almost 20 days, 18 days to complete all of this. Definitely we can do that. Okay, definitely we can do that. And we have just two chapters left with looping and the chapter 8. But at the end of semester in May, starting from May, I'm gonna leave this 2 weeks to let you guys do the hands-on work in class. Okay, so hopefully you can give me a good final project. So Monday I have graded, I think 6 students homework. 6 students midterm, and all the 6 students use a different topic. which is quite good. So I give them extra credit based on, you know, how hard the level it is. I give like from 5 to 20 point extra point based on this. So that's it. I think whoever give me early probably is like give me like a new idea, but whoever give me late probably, you know, just use the ideas I provide. Okay, so either way is fine. But I have noticed some of you guys did not really come here on every day. This is a face-to-face class. You choose face-to-face class, so you're supposed to be here on Monday and Wednesdays. Okay, so if you're not here on Monday, Wednesdays, then you'll be in trouble. As I said, if you have, I only give you 2 chances to absent 2 classes. If you miss 2 classes, 3 classes, take point from you, no matter what reason you have. Okay, no matter what excuse you have, you can check out my syllabus. No matter what is your excuse, okay, if you absent more than 2 times, I have to take point from you. If you absent 6 times, most likely you're gonna fail the class, because seriously, now each absent is 3 points. So you know, think about how many points I'm gonna take from you. Okay. So let's start design. Let's start do the user interface. Okay. So let's create let's go to the VB. Let's open the Visual Studio 2017. Okay, so we're gonna have this one, and also I know most of you guys use Microsoft Visual Studio 2019. Now, if you use 2019, you're gonna be very careful, because in the 2019 Windows Form F, there's a Windows Form F and there's a Windows Form F.NET. So we're gonna use Windows Form.NET, because all these tools object, like the labels, the text box, the buttons, and also today's menu strip, they are all objects from .NET. They are .NET components. That is why when you choose those, you have to be careful. Click File, click New, click Project. Okay, and you can choose from here, right? You have to choose Windows Form.NET.
Are we supposed to see it?
Oh, yeah, what happened? Didn't see. No, wait a second. Okay, so this is one. Okay, so this one, now we're gonna choose this. Okay, so if you use Windows 2019, you better be careful. Okay. Okay, so click OK. So okay, so be very careful to choose the one with .NET. Without .NET, you will have trouble to do that. So we have this form, right? We always need to have a form. Now, so far the default name is Form 1. So we're gonna change the name, okay? And also keep in mind, when I open your project, I don't want to see form1.vb. Okay, this you should not have form1.vb in your file, and also your title should change. You know, if you, how do I change this? By forms text property, right? So let's first of all change the name of this file. So you right-click your mouse and click rename. Okay, then you can just rename like form FRM fitness. Okay, so keep in mind, so you can see you're renaming a file. Would you like to also perform a rename on the project or reference to the code? Yes. Okay. So we change the name as a form fitness.vb. Okay. So in the future, not in the future. So if you see your homework, I did not give you 100. You check, do you have form1.vb? And if you have form1.vb, definitely I have to take point from you, because I don't like form1.vb. Now we're gonna have to name, okay, form1.vb, like just like when you name variables X, Y, Z or A, B, C, right? In the future, you will know. When you try to provide a name to a variables, you don't want just a single letter. Okay, you always want to provide a meaningful name to your file, to your component, okay, to any or two variables, okay, because you want to make everything be user friendly. Okay? Just don't make it like form 1, form 2, or label 1, label 2. You don't want label 1, label 2 either. Now we have this VB. Next thing is we want to change the form 1. You see, whatever here, whatever is here is from the text property. So we select the form. So as you can see, under the property window right here, form fitness, we make it alphabetic, because if I make it alphabetic order, it will be easy for me. So I make it alphabetic. Then in the text property, okay, I have form 1, which is the title. So I can change it to fitness challenge. Fitness challenge. So as you can see here, now it gives you fitness challenge. And also, okay, off the record, I'm gonna just. So we have this one, fitness challenge, and then we have text, which is fitness challenge. And the next one is we're gonna change the size. And for your information, you can find how to do the user interface at, on page 355. You know, at the end of chapters, you know, you can find the coding and the how to do the user interface. And within the chapter, it just provides the content you're supposed to know, like how to control the looping. Anyway, so we're gonna change the size. So this is the default. By default is 818.497. So we're gonna change the size to 883, 477. Okay, so this is what we had. Okay, so you change the size to 883, 477. Okay, then next one was we're gonna add a manuscript. Okay. So far we had 3 things: change the form name, change the text of the form, and change the size. Now we are gonna do the okay. Trisha, what are you doing? Trisha, look at the blackboard. Next thing is we're gonna add the manuscript. So we go to the toolbox. Okay. Now if you accidentally make the toolbox or property or any solution explorer disappear, so you can find this, get this video or window spec under the view button. Under the view button, you will see solution explorer, you will see toolbox, and you will see the properties, property window. So just in case in the future, if you accidentally close your window and you couldn't find, now this is the way you find, okay, under the view tab. Okay, so you can find where's your window, because it is very easy to get lost. Okay, so we go under, start with M. So we see here is the manuscript. So we have the manuscript right here. So we drag the manuscript on the top. So this is the manuscript. You look to the manuscript on the toolbox and drag it right here under this below the toolbox. Okay, then this is the manuscript. As you can see here, as the name, property name is the manuscript 1. We don't want it, right? So we're gonna go up to change the name. Okay. Okay, by the way, when I look around, I see some of you guys still use the first, didn't change the category. So if you did not change the category, if you still use the first one, probably cannot find where the name is. You have to go down to find where the name is. That's why I strongly suggest you, when under the property window, you make everything to be in alphabetic order. Now, if you make all the properties in the alphabetic order, then you can just change the name right here. Okay, then you change your name to, start with lowercase m, then U, fitness. Okay, so we change the name. So, in the future, the prefix of your manual object is MNU, manual fitness. Now, after you change the name of your manual strip, keep in mind, you can find your manual strip in the toolbox. It's all in alphabetic order. So, look at the M in the toolbox, and then you drag it underneath the title, which is right here. Now, after you change the name, okay, under the name here. So if you make your property in alphabetic order, then the name should be on the top. Okay, the name should be on the top. Right after name, it will be ABCD in the alphabetic order. So, normally, if you make it alphabetic order, your life will be much easier. I click once I change the name to manual fitness, I go to here, click here. As you can see, it become like this. I click type here. I click type here, and we can type asterisk file. Press enter. This ampersand or asterisk, right? It's called asterisk. Ampersand file. So it gives you like a hotkey of F. Okay. So you have F here. Okay. So this is the file. Now, okay, it's ampersand. Created the hotkey for that. So we can name this one, this little small one, the file ampersand file. Now we can click the file term to be menu file. Change the file menu. So this one, we're going to change the name again. So we're going to change the name to MNU file. So after file, we're going to click two more under the file. So we just click the one, click type here under it. So here under the file, we have type here. I click this. And will become this. So we're going to have clear. We're going to create a clear and exit. Another ampersand. Okay, then we type clear. And we name the clear one, click enter. So we name the clear one as, go to the top, change the clear menu item to be MNU clear. Okay, click enter. So you see the underline under the C is because I type ampersand. So you see I click this, it's ampersand clear. So your name is menu. Okay. So instead of using the button to do the clear or exit, now you use the menu items to control everything, to control the operation. Okay. So we have clear. The next one, we're gonna do the exit. So go to this, click the bottom one. Under the clear, we do E, then ampersand. So keep in mind, ampersand, just click the hotkey, exit. So you will see the underline right under the X. And you click enter. Okay. Give it time to do that. And once you click enter, you see here, this is exit. And you go to the property window and modify the name. The name I'm going to do is MNU exit. MNU exit. So we finish this menu. So go to next one. Okay, so we finish this exit. Now the next part. So we have the file. So if I click that, as you can see, we have two control here. Now the next thing is you add a title label object. Okay. Yeah, give me a minute. As you can see here. So in the future, if you want to have multiple menus, you can just click here. So you will have, more horizontal. You can have horizontal menus and under the menus underneath it. Okay, so this is one. So you will have something like that. The next thing we will do is we're gonna have the label, which is the fitness challenge, because in the end, now you want something look like this. Okay, wait a second. So this is your final, right? So which means at the end of the chapter 6, once we finish this, you're gonna have something like this. Your user interface look like this. You have the file menu, then you have the label, and you have the button. Then you can have like you can allow you type multiple results by using the loop. Using the looping, the type here is like 8 different results, and then you can show you the average of this result. Okay, so this is a one of application of using the loop to generate the average of something. Okay, so we know how many results we can get, and then we add them together, divide by the amount. So we have this. So normally what we this common use of this kind of loop is like, suppose I have 15 students in this class. I want to like calculate the average of you guys grade. So I will just repeating type your grade inside of this app, then add them together, divide by 15. So that is the average of everybody's grade. And if I still want to know like the average of your homework, so I should have 8 homework from you, because we're gonna we're gonna have 6, 7 homeworks from you. Then we're gonna add all the homework together, divide by 6 or 7. So that is your average of homework. So you get the idea. So looping is like repeating doing this action until we stop, until under some condition we stop. So after we have finished the file menu, so we're gonna do the label. Okay, what's the question?
Could you go over the menu again? I got kind of lost.
Okay. So we have this file, have this.
So how did you get those multiple ones?
So you just click type here. So you generate this. So under the file, you double click. Oh, sorry, I should not double click. Under here, so you just type &file. I see here &file. Okay, &file. So if you see the underline, it's all generated by the ampersand. Okay, same thing as clear. So if you click that, double click. Oh, sorry, I should not double click. I'm going to get rid of all of this. So this is the ampersand clear, uppercase this one. So this one exit is the E ampersand XIT. And you're gonna have to change the name of the menu. See right here, see the text I typed right here. Now we finish the menu part. Now I'm gonna have to add the label. Now we're gonna have, after we finish this, the next one we're gonna have a label. So we go to toolbox, we're gonna find label, and then we drag label to here. So this label is corresponding to this one, which is fitness challenge, team weight loss. Okay, this one, this label. Now, so we have a label right here. This is label 1, right? If you drag it, it's label 1. No, we don't want it. We don't want the label 1. We're gonna have label title. So we're gonna go to the top and modify the name. If it's a label, you know it's LBL. So we're gonna do LBL title. LBL title. Then we enter the text. So with the text, we're gonna put it in the text property. Instead of label 1, we type now fitness space challenge team weight loss. Okay. We click enter. Okay, so here it says like we have this has 2 lines. In order to have two lines. We click the text property, this arrow in the property window, we can click here. And we just, when we tap this, we can, which is line challenge, we put it, click enter here. Okay. By doing so, we click this under arrow. When this menu pop up, so you can do so. Okay. And then click enter. And okay. So you have two lines. By doing that, you can have two lines, which is finish challenge and then team loss. Okay. So you can see, you can click the text property, the menu, you know, when you pop up this one, you can just create another new line by click enter. So like the way I do that right now. Okay. So what we do is next is after we have make this in two lines by click this property and add a enter key right after challenge. You have two lines. Now it's time for us to change the form. So we go to the form, font. We'll go to the font. Okay, the font is what kind of font, letter font. The font will be Tahama. T, start from T. So we type T, Tahama. Tahoma. Tahoma. And we make it bold. And we make it 26. Okay, make it 26. Okay, so this is the size. We click enter. So Tahoma, bold, and 26. Okay, 26. So we click OK. Okay, where is this? So it's from here. Okay, so we can drag it. It's too big. We could just drag it here. So all of a sudden, how come my window becomes so big? I'm gonna drag it here. Did I change my window to some other size? Okay, I guess it is accidentally change the size. I'm gonna change it back to this. The form size is 883,477. Okay, so I'm gonna have this one finished because this is too big. This is too big. So we have this finish challenge, team loss, team weight loss, 26. Okay, so your the font. Where's the font? So font is, keep in mind, Tahoma, bold, and 26. After we have this one, we're gonna change text align to the center, to middle center. So we finish the font, we go to the text alignment. Right now, by default, it's top left. So we're gonna make the middle center, right here, middle center. Okay, so actually, yes.
It's not letting me change the size anyway.
So you're gonna have to click form.
Yeah, I did.
Click form. Click the outside,
Oh, okay.
not the other stuff. The form. Yeah, but actually later on, I believe the whole form will change the size because the letters is way too big. 26 bold Tahoma is too big for this window.
Let me put the scale on.
Yes, I think later on it will tell you.
It says the scaling is 125
Where?
on the top.
Oh, yeah.
It does that to me, and I have to restart it and it fixes it. Like I save it and then I click the restart.
Yeah.
button.
So,
do that too.
so yeah, you just save it and then you click restart with 100% scaling, but it makes your it makes your text smaller, and your buttons smaller.
Makes it like the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
How do I do that? So I just save it and
Yeah,
close
just
it?
make sure you save your whole project and then just click restart with 100% scaling.
I literally just lost all my progress.
Because you clicked it.
No, I don't know what it's. You get do it next time, I guess.
Oh, by the way, I think I forgot to change the name of the Windows app. It's still called Windows app 2. Right here. So I probably have to resave it. Save the save all later on. Where did I save? I think it's my Where did I save it? Okay, still save on right here. Okay, so forget about it. Just let's do that. Let's just keep doing this. Okay, let's just do that. Guys, let's do this because text align, we make it in the center, the middle center. Keep in mind it's middle center. Then click the center block. Okay, so change the location property of the title. We're gonna the location of this. Where's the location? Go to the location property, and we make it instead of 51149. I have 505, 33. Okay, so this is one. As you can see, my form is probably too small. Just drag a little bit to have everything. Okay. Also, by the way, as you can see, when I create the project, I did not change the direction. So which means my form should be this whole app will be under my C drive. Should be under my C drive, and it should be under my user and under my name, and inside of this should be source and refs, and here Windows F2. Okay, so this one. So in the future, now if you make same mistake as I did, I accidentally you did not really save where the location is. So you should know by default your Visual Studio will save under the C drive, under the user, and your account source, then repos. It's always like that. It is always like that. So later on, if after I finish it, I can just copy the whole. After I close this whole system, I mean after I close the project, I can just save on my desktop. Okay, I will do that later at the end of today's class. So anyway, so we have this. We have this. Now we finish adding the title. Now the next thing is we're gonna add a button. Okay, right underneath the fitness challenge team weight loss, we're gonna add a button. So under the toolbox, let's look at the button. So this is the button right here. So we drag a button object to here. So this is a little button right here. Okay. So first of all, we're gonna change the button name. Instead of button 1, you don't want button 1. You're gonna give a name, a meaningful name. It's called a BTN. If it's button, it's always BTN, button weight loss. Okay, button weight loss. And then change the text of it. Okay, give a minute to type the name of the button. The button is BTN weight loss. After we change BTN weight loss, we're gonna change the text, whatever display on the bottom, right? We know whatever you display on your user interface is always on certain object TXT part, so text part. So we go to text. This is button 1. We don't want button 1. We just name it as enter weight loss. Okay, enter weight loss.
Right. Can I see your book real quick?
Now we have this one. We have the enter weight loss. Change the name. It's probably too small to see. So enter the weight loss. We're gonna change the font. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna drag to let you see what I'm typing, but later I'm gonna go back because the font of our text will not be the same as like 26 Tahari in the bold. It will be a different text. Okay, text font. So when I enter the weight loss, okay, I'm gonna change the font. So go to the font, click more button. As you can see, pop up is a font window. So far your font should be still Tahama. but and still bold, but the size instead of 26, it should only be 14. So the size will be changing. Okay, everything else stay the same, like Tahama, bold, but right now it's only 14, size 14. Okay, size 14. So if I click OK, you see it just this size. That's why we can make it smaller. Okay, and so this is under the weight loss, under the weight loss. So change the size from to Tahama 14 bold. Okay, so if you don't change, then you will use the exact same as the previous one, which is Tahama 26. You don't want 26, you want 14 to make it smaller. So we have 14 Tahama bold. Next one is we're gonna change the color, the background color, because the final result should look like this, right? You have the color right here. So you want to change the color of this. So we go to back color, which is right here. It's called back color. So you look for the back color property. So you look for the back color property, and then you click the menu here, and then you're gonna choose the color to be yellow green. Okay, yellow green. Should be under the web, okay? Because most likely it should be under the web. Okay, right here, yellow green. Okay, so this, oh, sorry, it's not this form. Did I choose the wrong one? I undo, let me undo this part. So click the button, okay, click the button and make sure you click the button, then click the back color. So under the web category, because on the back color, you have 3 choices, right? Custom, web, and system. It's under the web and yellow green. Okay, yellow green, back color. Okay, under the, at this point, so far, for all the colors we handle, it's always under the web category. So under the web category, you change this. Then it tells you to resize the button to view the complete text. Okay, we already resize. If you want, we can even make it a more resized, make it smaller. As long as we can see the whole content, it should be fine. And still the font still stay the same. So we have this one. Now the next thing is align the center of the button with the title object. So you can make the alignment. You can drag it around. So you can, once the line come out, you can show, or what you can do is you can click format and do the align. Okay, I can click this one, hold Control key, select the other one, and then we go to the format, then do the alignment, align center. Okay, once again, I did too fast, you didn't see. Now, in order to align center, what you do is click this label. After you click the first label, title, you hold the Control key, use your one hand, hold the Control key, and then use another hand to click the button. So by using the Control key, you select both of them. Now, after you select both objects, you go to format, go to align, go to center. So by doing this, you make these 2 objects align in center. Okay, and then if you finish everything, you click anywhere to deactivate the selection. Okay, it is not only for VB, but for other Microsoft product like your Word, Excel, PowerPoint. You can always use the Control key to select multiple objects and do the same format. Okay, it is not only for VB. Okay, so the Control key is important, and also that means you have to use both hands, because I see some students only want to use the right hand, and the left hand just stay there and do nothing. Like when you hold Control keys, the moment you hold Control key, you're gonna have to use 2 hands. Left hand hold Control key, the other hand to choose the object. Okay, so we're done with this step. The next one, we're gonna add the list box. See, like this one. Underneath this, the list box, which we type the multiple input inside. So that is the next step.
Yeah.
Yellow green.
Okay, so we're gonna find out the list box under this. which is right here. Okay, on the toolbox, keep in mind all the toolbox objects are in alphabetic order. So you look at the list box, you drag it right here. This is list box. Okay, so drag the list box here. This is your list box. Now you're gonna have to change the name. The first thing you do is you change the name. After you drag your list box, you have this. Now you're gonna change the name of the list box. So go to the top, go to the very top. The list box will be LST weight loss. LST, not one ST, LST weight loss. You change the name of this list box is from list box 1, which is by default. You try to name list box 1. By default, you change to LST weight loss. Change it, click here. The next thing is, as you can see, it automatically makes its size to be 28. We don't want it. So you go to the font, go to the font property. And you're gonna have to modify. Now we're gonna modify the font should be still same thing. Tahama Bold 14. Okay, Tahama Bold 14. So actually the only thing you will change is size from 26 to 14. That's the only thing you modify. So see, click the dot dot dot. So this dot dot dot, see here, we have a name called ellipse. So we click that. We pop up this menu. As you can see, we have font, we have font style, and we have size. So all you have to do is you change the size from 26 to 14. So anyways, we have this one. This is a font. We modify. So we have something look like this. The next thing is we want to resize. We want to resize the list box to the width of 4 characters. So we only want to show the, okay. First of all, you're gonna have to type the list of the 4 characters. We go to the, first of all, I'm gonna put the text here. The text. Okay, so we're gonna
Maybe type it in on the name.
right here. So we're gonna here click the weight loss. Okay, so we're gonna just okay, size label dice. So we are just going to just drag it. Okay, just drag it to make it like 4. Okay, okay, weight loss. So could reach an amount of such as 46.3. So we let the object to play to display 8 numbers. So we can drag it down. So by doing so, the height is right now, you see the size and this table index, the size like this. So we can just at this point, let's just leave like this. Okay, so later on we can just modify. So we drag it to make sure that later on we have 8 numbers inside, and the size property of this, it tells you the size property we're gonna have to modify. So instead of the one I had, it should be 50,188. So the size of this one should be 50 and times 188. Oh, why is automatically give me this one? Okay, so it doesn't like the 5188. It automatically changed to 172. Can I just drag it to make it longer? No. 50 to 182, 188. According to the book, but somehow, you know, we see every time I type it, it automatically change to 52 times 172. Okay, anyway, leave it like that. So the size should be 50,188. Don't know why it doesn't allow me to change to 188 as always. So what about I change to 55,188? Will this let me change to 188? Oh, still doesn't. Okay. Why doesn't like to have 188? I don't understand. So we have this. Okay, I'll just automatically change to this. So, you know, I'll just automatically drag it down to make it 60 times 228. But then the question, the book tells you, you make it like 50, 188. Now we have this. Now the next one is we're gonna go to change the right to left property to yes, to right align the number. So right here, as you can see on the top of this properties, now we do have on the top of the size, we do have a property called right to left. And right now it's no, we make it a yes. So we can just do the right align. Now we have this. So we align the centers of the list box with the bottom object. So which means after, so far we have done with the list box. You see what we did? First, when we drag the list box to this menu, and we make it only as 4 letters disappear, then we change the name, right? We change the name to list weight lost, LST weight lost. Then we change the font to 14. After we change font to 14, we change the size to 50,188. But unfortunately, every time I type 50,188, it automatically changed to 50,172, which I don't understand. Okay, let's just make it 180. Yeah, see, this is the one, automatically change to 1. I'm just leave it like that. And after this, the last step you do is you change the right to left to yes, which is you make the number right align. So this is what we did for the list box. The next thing is we're gonna make the center line with the button. Okay, see the button we align with the label. Then we want this list box to line with the button. So all of them should be centered. Again, how do we do that? Click the button first, select button, then use your left hand, hold Control key. Use your right hand to click the list box. So it's all get selected. And when you select all both of the object, you go to format, go to align, go to center. So it is centralized. So that is how you do. And to deactivate selection, you just click anywhere to deactivate selection. Okay, so that is how you center multiple objects. The next one, we're gonna add a result label. You want your result, like the average result display on this menu, right? So you will add another label, find a label and drag it underneath. So this is label. Okay, the label we're gonna create. Okay, so this is the result label. Now, because this is a result label, so we're gonna give a name. What is the result? The average of 8 projects as 8 weight loss. So we're gonna have to move up to change the name. So you will find LBL, average loss. Okay. So once again, because I make the properties of display in alphabetic order, so that is why the name of the object I can modify at the beginning of the list property. So if you want to do the same thing as I do, you just click the second button, then it will make everything to be alphabetic order. If you don't click that, then your name will be in different location. So probably it will be hard for you guys to follow me because your name and my name is under the different location, because mine is under the alphabetic order and you probably is in the categorized order. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, so if you think like go too fast, it is because we didn't change to the alphabetic order. Okay, just please change the alphabetic order. That will make your life much easier. change the name to LBL, average loss. As you can see, if it's manual, it's MNU. If it's a label, it's LBL. Yeah, if it's button, it's BTN, right? They always have the certain prefix. Okay, keep in mind, all this prefix is just for user-friendly code. Okay, even if you don't use this prefix, your code should work just fine. But we always want to have user-friendly code. That is why we always want to have meaningful name or have certain prefix to help us understand. Right, so anyway, we have the label and we change the name to LBL average loss. And then we have to go to the bottom to change the display text. So on the text will be the average weight loss is, and we use the X to hold where number, so the digit XX dot X pounds. So the average loss is this pounds. Okay, so I'm gonna change the font and size so it will be not as big. So this is average weight loss. Now, after you change that, you know, the first thing is because the font is 26, definitely not 26. So you're gonna have to modify to different number. The average weight loss, this is the label here. Because you can see it's not difficult at all, right? But we have this. The next thing is we're gonna change the font. So we go to the font. Because if we don't change the font, we're gonna use by default, you're using the font of the first label, which is 26, size 26, which we don't want. So the font will be Tahama bold and 18, size 18. And click OK. So the only thing you change is the size from 26 to 18. Then click OK. So you have this one, the size like this. Okay. Now after you change this, you're gonna change the back color of the label to same yellow green. So after we change this, the font to Tahama 18 point, we go to back color of this label. Okay, remember where's the yellow green? It's under the web category. Under the web category, you search the yellow green, which is right here. Okay, so you will look like this. Your user interface is look like this. Okay. Okay, the next thing is we're gonna align the center with the list object. So if, you know, because the list box is aligned with center with the button is aligned center with the title label. So by align center the previous object. So all of this, all the 4 items, they are aligned together. Okay. So after we change the back color, I'll give you a minute to do so. Now after we change the color, you know what we do, right? So click the list box, hold Control key, select the, okay, hold Control key, select this one. So
Screen blacked out. The projector.
wait a second. What's wrong with it? What is wrong? What's wrong? Always. Huh? What happened?
They give a message and just turn black.
I know. On this?
It might have overheated.
Yeah. I think it overheated.
But why would it?
We just use 1 hour. It's not like overheated, right? It's not.
Is there a class here before hours, maybe?
No, I come here like.
This thing should be able to be on for hours at a time. That makes no sense.
No? What's wrong with it?
I feel like hop up on the desk and look at it if you want. Sounds cool.
That's
You might
hot.
just, you might just need to turn it off. and turn it back on.
You last classroom? John, seriously, your absence, your attendance is pretty bad and you.
I just left you.
I didn't know
5
this.
minutes ago.
I what is wrong? I off and on, off, still doesn't work. What
Can
is
you
wrong with
turn it
it?
off and give it a little bit? It sounds like a fan is.
Huh? It was good before, right? The past is how many weeks? Doesn't have this issue. So what we do? Are we gonna wait 1 minute?
Yeah, probably. It sounds like it just goes off.
Is it noise?
Do you have the remote to the projector? You might just want to turn the projector off.
This is remote.
Oh, then just turn the projector off.
I'll turn it off, just turn it off. Should I turn it off right now?
I would probably wait till the fan just knocked down.
What is wrong with it?
No, I'm saying like turn off the actual projector
I don't
itself.
have that. I don't
I
have
could,
that.
just a button, I can hop up on the table and press it.
No? Everything is here. Everything is here. Everything is here. I can put the PC. Is that good? Let's see, let's try the PC one. What is wrong with it? The PC doesn't want pizza. Is it broke? I didn't do anything. I'm gonna stop recording. Never know what happens.
I'll take off.
So we're just about to do the format, right? So once you select object, once again, you know how to select multiple object. You select you say this list box, the hold Control key, select the label. Now you select both of them, then go to the form, go to align and align center to make them center. So all of them will be centered. Okay, we click anywhere to deactivate, and if you want, you can just if you think it's too small, you can just drag it down a little bit. Okay. Okay, so far we have done with this part. The next part is just to add the image. So if you look at the final result, you see, we have this little image right here. Okay. Now, what we should do is we select Windows form, click the form. Okay, make sure the form is selected. How do you know it's selected? You look at the property, and under the property, the name is this. Form fitness. Now you select that. Okay. Then we go to the background image. Right now it's a none, right? You click this dot button here. Now it will pump up this menu and it tells you to click import. I'm gonna click import. Click import. Okay, so far I'm on chapter 6. I should go to chapter 6. And you can see under the chapter 6, we have the house picture. Okay, and you see we have 3 pictures. For the Hawaii one, I think is for the case study. And the other one is also for case study. So the one we're going to use is a house. So we select house and we select open. So this is what we have, right? And we click OK. So this is our image, but it is not very good, as you know. Right after we apply the background image, we have to make this stretch to fix the whole window. So in order to do so, we go to the background image layout property. So the next one, we make it a stretch to this. But by default, is the tail. What is tail? It's like you use the first image to cover this. If you don't have enough space, then you repeat this image again and again to cover the whole thing. Okay, that is tail. Now we want to make it stretch out the image to cover the whole background. Stretch. Okay, so that is what we do. Okay, we have a stretch. The next part is we're gonna change the result, the part of the label to be disappear. So this one, we want to make it disappear. So later on, when we run the code, after we type all the data inside, then we make the final result display again. So we want to make it this one disappear. So click the LBL average loss, which is the last label we just created to show your result. Okay, to make sure which object you create, you choose, you just double check the name, which one you choose, the LBL average loss. Then you go to the visible property, you want to hide it. Okay, this idea is you want to hide it. So visible is true, which means you can display. If you make it false, it will hide. When do you hide it? When you run the code. Okay, so you want to hide it so it will not display until you type out the data by doing the coding. Now, so we have this one. The last step of this user interface is to make the enter with loss button accept button. So we click the background window form. We click the form again. Okay, so we still select the form fitness. Then under the form fitness, we click the accept button. Now this should be an accept button. Right here, right now is none. So under the name of your form, there is a property called accept button. Now under that, you're gonna choose button with loss. Okay, so which means if I click enter, it will allow you to input data. So after you've done this, your user interface is ready for you to use. So if I click run button, even though it will not interact with me, but I can see will my label, the result label disappear. So if I click start, as you can see, the result label is disappear because I make the visible property become false. So that is what we had. But after when we do that, we will not do anything because we haven't done the coding yet. So we close this one. Okay, so this is the coding area. So this is what we have. As you can see, for some reason my label here still have the white. Now if I want to have the same thing as the one we had, so what we can do is we can select this label. Let me see, can we change the same, put the same image to make it look like different? So I can have the background color. I can change the color, or can I put the, okay, sorry, no, it's not the, I'm gonna undo this one. I'm just trying to see, can I put the back image into there?
You want it to blend in with the background?
Right, on the blending.
You can make it transparent.
Oh, okay, good to know. So under where? Under the
Go to the background color.
background.
The back color.
Yeah, back color.
And then you just go to system and then scroll all the way up.
Okay.
Under web, I'm sorry.
Yes.
So
So
you scroll all the way up.
transparent. Okay, that's perfect. So we have this. Okay, thanks for letting me know. So we have this. Now, after you change the background, I mean, after under the label, when you make the back color to be transparent, now you will have everything like that. That means the user interface is ready. So we can just type our data inside. Okay. So we still have like 20 minutes. We just type the comment into the code. Okay. So we can double click the button. Okay, you can, if you want, you can double click the button. And we have something like this. So we're gonna get rid of this part. I'm gonna get rid of this part because I accidentally created so many buttons here, so many things here. So this is button we had. Now we go to the top, click enter. Okay, because we want to add comments. Okay, so the first thing we do today is to add comments into our coding. And the comments of this program is, the first few lines is like the comments of this project. What is the project name, author, date, and the purpose. So let's type it. The program. Oh, sorry, I forgot the certain dot. This is a comment. Program name. Then we have fitness challenge. Fitness challenge. Then we have author. I'm going to put a little bit towards. The author will be. Yes.
I just got all this code that I didn't write.
Don't worry, you can just get rid of all this code. Just keep the BTN weight loss. Okay. Now with that type party. This is the book author's name. Okay, I hope she can have the book for 2019 as soon as possible. Because at this point, there's no 2019. We still use Visual Studio, Visual Basic 2017, right? And hopefully next semester they can have a new one coming out. So September. No matter what kind of version you use, this just deep inside the same idea. Okay. Okay. So as long as you know how to use 2017, you will be able to use 2019. Okay. So we have this date, and then the purpose of this program is the fitness challenges program enters the weight loss. Okay, I'm gonna just make it bigger so you can see. Okay, then comma. Who's lost from team members. So this whole idea is to track like the 8 employees weight loss, and they try to find out like the average of this 8 persons weight loss. That's the idea of this project. Fitness challenge. Displays each weight loss value. Now after all weight loss value have been entered. It displays the average weight loss for the team. After you have that, you always keep in mind you want the option strict up. So you don't want the system automatically to convert your type data, your data type. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a minute to do so. Save button here. Now, next thing we do is we're gonna do something about the bottom weight loss. Okay, now in the bottom weight loss, so basically you you have 8 members, and you are going to add every member's weight loss together and divide by 8. That is the average. Now, how do you add those 8 numbers together? By using the looping. So inside of this book, you're gonna learn we have 3 types of looping. Okay, I'll give a minute to type it. So we're gonna go back to the book. So the book introduces you for loop, do until, and do while, 3 of them. So, just like in everyday life, you will do the looping all the time. Like if you have like if you have enough money, you're gonna keep buying stuff until you don't have enough money, right? That is like a loop. You keep buying stuff, or you keep repeating doing action until certain condition is full, then you can stop. So anyway, okay, give a minute you finish typing, then we can go to the book. Actually, you can just type the comment. Now in the book, it should introduce you 4 different data types. Okay, now on the page 324, it should introduce you the first one, which is a for loop. Okay, all the for loop can convert to the while loop. Okay, but it's like based on your own whatever you want, right? Your personality. Okay, so I keep mentioning to my students, when you're a programmer, if you become a programmer, you will know, even if I provide one question to everybody give me a different answer, different solution, a programming solution, because there's so many ways to do that based on your own whatever you want, you like. So some people like to use for statement, some people like to use while statement, but it's actually the same idea. Now, so the whole idea of button weight loss is every time you get input from user, it will add together to add into the total, and you divide by 8 because you want to find the average. Now let's go back to the book. So back to 323. Okay. Now in the 323, it's start to introduce you different looping. Now the first loop we introduce you is a for loop. Okay, in the future you will know, no matter what high level language you use, you always have for loop, but it's a kind of different format. Now inside of the VB, your for next loop is like this. For the control variable, you start to give you a beginning numeric to ending numeric. Then you have a double body of loop. And the next, so by default, starting from the beginning numerator value to the ending one, so every time you do the loop, you automatically add 1 to the variable, control variable. So there's a control variable to help you to decide whether you're gonna stop the loop or not. What is loop? Iteration. Okay, iterate. Just keep doing this action. Just keep doing the same action again and again. So normally we use loop to do some things, or just to do summary, okay, add all this together. Like, you know, when I grade your homework, it's like a loop, right? I'm repeating grading the homework 5, right? I'm repeating grading your midterm. So that is also, it's like a loop. Loop happens every single day of your life. So every single day, your life is combined with this 3 basic structure. That is why in programming languages, this 3 basic structure is so popular. Sequence structure, you finish the first step, you do the second one. Like you finish this class, you go to the next class, right? You finish CSP 125, you go to pre-calculus. Now, sequence. And sometimes you always have make decisions. Like today, when I drive my car, my gas, I don't have enough gas in my car. So I probably, instead of go somewhere else, I have to go directly back home. Yeah, then it's a, you know, a selection statement. Actually, I just put $10 gas like on Monday. Today is Wednesday, it's already done. I drive a small car, but unfortunately, it's, you know, these days the gas is too expensive. That's a different story. So we have this if statement, you know, selection statement, selections, actions every single day. And looping is also every single day. Do I finish my homework? Did I finish my my math homework? If so, I'm going to move on to my maybe English essay. But keep looking, keep doing your homework until you're all homework done. This is the looping. But anyway, this is an example you can help you to understand. As you can see here, for int number, this number is the control numbers, and starting value from 1 and to the ending value 4. So from 1, then automatically, if I don't tell them like the increase step, by default, every time I finish the body of loop, my control body will, I mean, my input integer number will automatically increase 1. So by default, the increase number is 1. So if we will do integer number 1, 2, 3, 4. So do 4 times loop, the body loop. Okay, that is 4. For doing this one, then when we hit next, go back to the 4 again. That is a for loop. As you can see, for loop is very short. Okay, and it's the beginning value is always smaller than the ending value. If it's larger than ending value, it cannot be done, right? It's a common sense. So that is the first for loop, and also it provides you different. I mean, this is by default. Now, if I do not provide the increase value, by default, the increase every time you do the loop body, you increase 1 on your int number. But sometimes it is not 1. So we have to tell them every time I finish body, how many value I will increase, which is next page. As you can see here, include a step value. Okay. So by default, it's increased by 1. But what if I don't want to just increase by 1? I want to increase by 2. Then you have to tell them by using the step value. So as you can see here, for int number, starting value is from 1, then ending value is 99. And step 2 is like I will do my loop. So the first time I do, my int number is 1. Now after I finish the body 1 time, my int number will become 3. 1 plus 2 becomes 3. Next time it will be 5. Then next time will be 7. Until when I meet 99, I stop. So I quit next, which means I will do the line on 52, line 52. Okay. If my int number is between 1 and 99, I will keep repeating this action again and again. So it's between line 49 to line 51. Every time you meet next, you go back to the 49. Until your int number is larger than 99, you quit the loop, then you do the statement right after line 51, which is line 52. Okay, So you can see here, you can increase your value by 2 positive number, or you can decrease like in the decreasing order. So if I make a step value is negative, it's like a decreasing number. As you can see here, for int count 25 to -10 step. So every time you finish your loop body, your int value will decrease by 5. So it will be 25, 20, 15, then 10, then 5, then 0, and then -5, then -10. It's kind of decreasing. Okay, so that is this one. So you can increase, the step can increase, but it can be decreasing, but the range of the number is always from beginning to end. Okay, from beginning to the end. So this it can be a whole number, an integer, it can be a decimal. So you can see your step can be decimals 0.1. So your decimal number is starting from 3.1 until 4.5. And every time I finish one time execution, my number will increase by 0.1. Okay, so that is 4 next. So every time I hit next, that means I go back to 4 to check. Is my decimal number still less than 4.5? If so, I will do the body. Now, if my decimal number is larger than 4.5, then I quit. How I quit? I go to the line on the line 64, the line right next to the next. So this is a loop statement. This is the first loop statement of for next loop. So for as long as this condition, the number is within this range, I do the body. Now when I hit next, I go back to the for to check, is my condition still true? If so, I do the body again. Then once I hit the next, I go back to the for. Okay, so that is the for statement, which is quite useful. Okay, people like it. Okay, so as you can see, give you an example. Like so, example, you see, we define a decimal number, integer, int Alaska population. Give you result. Give you an initialization value and have an int year. So for int year 1 to 6, so it would loop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Now int, so this one, int Alaska population plus equal. Now this is called like short of the operation. Plus equal means if you have assignment statement, the left of your assignment statement is the same as the first term on your right side. So you can just make it combine together, combination operation. So this line is same as int Alaska population is equal to int Alaska population plus the rest of it. So in assignment statement, if the left side term is the same as the right side first term, you can always combine together as plus equal, minus equal, multiply equal, or divide equal. Okay, as long as the left side term is the same as the first term on the right, same, then you can combine them together. Plus equal, minus equal, divide equal, modulus equal, can do that. This is the years. So this is for statement. So you can read about it. Also, even though people like it, but in this book, the chapter project use while statement instead of for. But later on you will know the for is very, very, very useful. Okay. So then let's beside the for statement, I'm gonna introduce you the while statement. Okay, the one we are using. Okay, I'm not doing the coding. Okay, because seriously, you're gonna understand what's really going on in the coding. So to help you understand the whole idea. Okay, so we're gonna do the coding for the next class, but let me introduce you. We still have 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm gonna introduce you this do while. Okay. Besides, so we introduce you. We have for next, for loop. Okay, which is very convenient. But we do have other choices, as you know. The chapter I use do until. Okay, so we have do while, do until. So let's see. This one is do while. Do while condition. If the condition is true, we do the body loop. Okay, and inside the body. Now we will have to change the condition value. Okay, the value of condition should be modified inside the body. So when you try to use a do while, then the body of loop need to contain the modification of the condition, because you don't want your condition to be stay true forever. If your condition, guys, hurry, I did not say this class finished, right? You guys are rude, seriously. Okay, show me some respectful, okay? Respect. You don't like it? I'm talking about the theory. That is the theory. You're gonna understand, you know, Joseph and also Gavin.
I just figured it'd be okay with the laptop one.
But do you listen what I'm talking? Because this one is very important. Okay, when you learn, if you learn Java in the future, you're gonna learn this. And he already know this because he learned Java. Okay, anyway, back to topic. So the do while loop. The difference is when you use a for, you automatically change the value. Can modify the control value in the first line by using step. But if you don't use step in the for, it automatically increase 1. But for the do while, you have to increase or whatever, modify your condition in the body. If you don't modify condition, then you will have infinite loop, which means you just, when you run the code, your computer just will be dead because it's running forever. That is absolutely not okay, but sometimes out of control, you probably you forget about something and it causes issue. Okay, let's see this one. This one example shows you, okay, see here. We define a integer int score as integer equals 0. Do while as integer score less than 5. As long as this condition is true, as long as this int score less than 5, then I'll do the body. What is the body? As you can see, this body just modifies the condition, because every time I run the body, my int score value change. So sooner or later, my condition will become larger than 5 or larger or equal to 5. So I can stop looping. So when you do the while statement, you always need to modify your loop body to make sure, modify your conditions to make sure one time your condition become false, you can quit. So I'm going to stop it here because you guys never listen to me. Brian, you stop, guys. I have not said it's class finished, and you guys talk even louder than me. That is rude. Okay. So since you guys don't want to listen to me, so I'm gonna stop. Unfortunately, see. So we have this do while, but we have more to introduce you, and hopefully on Monday. So we're gonna finish introduce you the while loop, then we can do the coding. Okay. When you learn this class, it's not just type the code into the program. You're gonna understand why you write this code. That is the most important part. Like why you define a variable, why you say DIM. Because every different type of variable occupy different memory space. It's not only for VB, but also for other languages. Every different languages, they have different type of data. The reason you have different type of data, not only they have different type of space, memory space occupied, but also for different type of data, they have different type of operation. Okay, you're gonna understand. That's why you have to define different type of variable. Otherwise, you make everybody become a string of everybody become integer, which is absolutely not okay. Okay, stop talking, Brian. Okay, so that's it all for today. I'll keep talking. I'm gonna talk about this one next class. Okay, just listen to my lecture, please. Okay, just be more mature.